Hello everybody, this is the day 8 of the March challenge. The entire month I will be uploading one piece of content and a mini challenge for you so you can practice, and I'll give you my feedback when you write it in the comments. Today we're going to learn the 3 types of conditional. 2 of them use the subjunctive. Remember that yesterday we talked about the logic behind the subjunctive, and this week we're going to be practicing more the subjunctive and all the tenses of the subjunctive and the cases where you need to use it or not. By the way, if you are learning Spanish and you want a place to practice consistently, I'd love to invite you to my community on School. It is a supportive space for people who want to go beyond studying and actually start speaking Spanish with more confidence. Inside the community, you can practice with other learners, join live conversation sessions, ask questions, and keep improving your Spanish in a relaxed and encouraging environment. There are also resources, discussions, and regular opportunities to practice so you are not learning alone. If that sounds like something you will enjoy, you can join using the link in the description and also in the pinned comment. So let's start with the first conditional. And this conditional actually is the only one that do not use the subjunctive, because we talk about something that is real, that is possible. This express an action and a reaction and a cause and effect process. Por ejemplo, si tengo tiempo, voy a la fiesta. If I have the time, I will go to the party. So let's put in the situation where it's a Sunday. You usually don't work on Sundays, but this Sunday you need to work. But it is not a crazy amount of work, so you might be able to finish before 3 p.m. when it's the party. It's a children's party. So if you have the time, you will go to the party. Right? So it's still possible. And then we have 2 more examples. Si duermes bien, amaneces con más energía. If you sleep well, you wake up with more energy. This is like a known fact, let's say. So this is like an action and reaction. And also we have, si calientas mucho el agua, se quemará el café. If you heat up the water too much or a lot, the coffee will burn. So it's another like cause and effect thing. And now we're going with the second conditional. This uses the imperfect subjunctive. So we use the second conditional to talk about hypothetical and imaginary situations in the present, in the now, all right? So we have here, si tuviera tiempo, iría a la fiesta. So in here, this is the same scenario, but this time, it is still a Sunday, you have a party at 3 p.m., but you know that you have a lot of work to do. It is a crazy amount of work. Actually, you predict that you will be working until 10, 11 p.m. So you would say to your friend, look, if I had the time, I would go to the party, but I do not have the time, so I can't go, right? So that's when we say, si tuviera tiempo, iría a la fiesta. Aquí decimos, si durmiera bien, amanecería con más energía. So if I slept well, I would wake up with more energy. But again, I don't sleep well. I only sleep like 4 hours every night. So I wake up with a very low energy. And si calentara mucho el agua, se quemaría el café. So if I heated up the water too much, sorry, I pronounced that correctly, but you understand what I mean. The coffee would burn, right? The coffee would burn. But I'm an expert coffee maker. I don't know, I'm a barista, so I know that I cannot heat up the water too much, so my coffee doesn't burn, right? And now we're going with the third conditional. In the third conditional, we talk about hypothetical imaginary situations as well, but this time in the past, of things that already happened or didn't happen, all right? So let's say now we're talking about the party, this party that we had on Sunday, but we had to work and all of that. Now today is Monday, right? So today is actually Monday. Si hubiera tenido tiempo, habría ido a la fiesta. If I would had the time, I would have gone to the party, right? But yesterday I didn't have the time and I didn't go. So we're talking about this action in the past time, which is already over, which is yesterday, right? Now here, si hubiera dormido bien, habría amanecido con más energía. Yeah, but I didn't sleep well last night and now I don't have energy, right? So that's what happened. Now today I have no energy. And si hubiera calentado mucho el agua, se hubiera quemado el café. But again, I turn off, I think they would say, turn off the oven of the stove before the water heated too much. So this didn't happen. Again, talking about things in the past. So I hope this is clear. If you have any questions or doubts, you can also write it in the comments, not only like the mini challenge. And here is the mini challenge. So the thing that you need to do is to reply to this 3 questions. Remember, you have a question in the first conditional, the second conditional, the third conditional. All right? Now, ¿qué pasa si no te bañas por una semana? Now you tell me, ¿qué pasa si no te bañas por una semana? Pregunta 2. ¿Qué harías si encontraras un diamante en la calle? Y pregunta 3. ¿Cómo habría sido tu vida si no hubieras estudiado tu carrera o si hubieras estudiado la carrera que querías al principio o la otra carrera que querías? Me gusta mucho escuchar, leer y escuchar sus comentarios. And I say listen to your comments because if you are in the community, you can send a video or an audio. You can do that on YouTube or Facebook, I think. Those are places where I share this. But if you would like to do that, you can join the community for free. Eso es todo. Nos vemos mañana.